All right, Jeff. Well, right out of the gate, I guess there's a call here. I don't know this area code. I don't know who this is. Hello?
Hi.
Who's this?
Jocelyn.
Well, we didn't even start the show.
Yeah.
We didn't even start the show. Hi, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, hello. And
I had to have my girlfriend rush and start the video here.
Yeah.
We didn't know what this was. Was this a Vermont area code? What did it say?
No, it's a Vermont.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring, a Vermont area code. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, well, what's going on? Rizzo and Jeff here on a Saturday. How you doing?
Jocelyn, look, Rizzo probably doesn't know too much, about you and about the lifestyle that we lived in Tampa Bay and a lot of stuff that went on there. We have a lot of things we have to get to today, honestly, on the show. But, explain a little bit about how you met me and how things progressed in our friendship and and how we kind of came together a little bit. Could you give a little story about that or no? Because you probably remember it a little better than I do.
And again, we apologize to the people we just jumped on here, so it's going to take a little while to build up. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, I'm probably the only one who even remembers all of this, but I was Jeff's intern, and from there, it was history. And now we're lifers, and the shenanigans we would get in, were we thrown in jail? No.
Okay. Should you have been thrown in jail?
Multiple times, probably.
So let me ask you, for the people who know us here, they think of Jeff as, and I think it's crazy. What's up, Rob? What's up, Chris? They think of Jeff as like a calm, steady force. I know it's a bunch of bullshit, but the people here seem to think he's this calm, steady hand. Do you believe that?
I can't even picture Jeffrey like that at all.
As the calm, steady hand. Because usually, the way that people look at this show is I'm like, oh, the crazy one, and Jeff's like this calm, steadying hand, and I think it's a total crock of shit.
All right, Josh, let me ask you this. In our many years as I was running the show there in Tampa, and that's a wild scene. When you live in Florida, it's just a different life. Nobody understands it until you're there. People don't sleep. They party on a Monday.
Well,
people are nuts. Is there a moment that stood out to you in our long-standing relationship, as I was there being the wacky night guy that you can remember? Or?
And before you say anything, we're getting comments. What the hell is the topic? What's going on? So we started the show. We had this plan. We have some guests and stuff like that. For those of you that are just tuning in, Jeff's friend Jocelyn called. From Burlington. Are you in Vermont?
No, she's in Texas.
Oh, she's in Texas. Okay, so she called from Texas, and she was going to call in later, but I guess it just came and we just started with this. So that's where we're at for those of you asking. So sorry. Go ahead, Jocelyn. I just wanted to reset there for everybody.
So I can't even put my finger on one story with Jeff. Let's see, he's been mobbed by people at grocery stores. We've done a Jaeger bomb with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, what about that? What is Ed? I heard Ed was kind of a little bit of an alkie. I heard he cleaned his stuff up though. What was Ed like? How was that? Did he enjoy the Jaeger?
He was the one that suggested it. So
really, was it an interview? What the hell was going on?
No, I don't think so, Jocelyn. If I'm correct, it was after the concert at the after party. Am I right on that one? Or
yes, it was at the after party at the hotel.
Okay, so you were at the hotel with Ed. Did he take you up to his room? Did you try to seduce Ed Sheeran?
Not my type. No, I did not.
Okay. Well, listen.
So, how's the weather there in Austin, Texas, sweetheart? Is everything good?
Guys, it's 105 degrees here.
Wow, it's like 70
everything's melting.
Really?
Yeah,
well, why
sweaty clam party, huh?
Why are you in Texas?
Got bored.
Got bored.
Wanted to move.
Left Vermont, went to Texas.
No. She was in Milwaukee as well,
that's
and
right.
I think you had a friend. I think you had a friend you were very close to that loves Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Rye guy.
Yeah, Rye guy.
Rye guy.
So you love Milwaukee, but it's so funny that you're there in Austin, Texas. I mean,
is this a place you're going to stay?
I'm going to be here for a little bit. I highly recommend it.
Are you single? Do you have somebody with you? What's going on?
Good question.
Yeah.
I am violently single. The dating apps here, I thought I'd find me a rich little oil cowboy, and so far, no luck.
Okay.
Didn't work out well in your favor.
Are you looking to settle down, get married, have sex with a cowboy? What's up? You just want to have some fun?
Not looking to settle down. I'm trying to find me that oil tycoon out here.
Like the George W. Bush of the future?
Or do you just want me to move to Texas, I don't know, presumably Dallas, and then just show up there and then you just crash on my couch and then we just lay in bed together and listen to Boys to Men and fall asleep?
That's all I want.
Well, okay. I'll tell you what, for the people who don't know what's going on or what this situation is, let's bring it together and end it this way. I'm going to tell you this. This is Jeff's friend from when he was in Tampa. She called before we started the show, so we started the show. We're doing this. Let's say Dick Cheney. Let's say he's got a grandson. His name's Dick Cheney III. He's an oil tycoon. Hung like a horse. Tons of money, but looks like Dick Cheney. You settling down, you wifing up, you riding the cowboy. What are you doing? You taking him for a ride, then taking him to the cleaners? What's up?
No, I'm going in and I'm locking it down.
Oh, there we go.
So even
it's all
Dick
business.
Cheney III, it's all business
it's all
for you.
Business, Jocelyn. That's why I love
I'll take the second, I'll take the third, I'll take the fourth.
Really?
There we go.
Really? Right. So is size an issue? Is size an issue for you?
It's not an essay question, Jocelyn.
Just wanted to ask this question. Final question here. Did we lose her from Vermont?
We lost her. Okay, well, she's in Texas. Okay.
All right. Hey, listen, we appreciate it. We
got to it. Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining the program.
Listen.
Right to Dong Chat.
Right to Dong Chat.
Yeah.
As for, I know Baby Hands is hungry. If you'd like, you could put the subs in the oven at 180 degrees only.
And you know what? And here's the deal. Feel free. Yes. You could sub it up. And the heat is good in there at the moment. So enjoy the sub.
But actually take them out of the bag and just put them in with the paper so that the moisture also locks in but crisps up. I'm teaching her how to heat up a Wegmans sub.
Because the heat at the moment is quality. So get with the heat and roll with it.
Yeah, so just take it. Okay, hand me a sub so I could show you. This is how you make the perfect Wegmans sub, and I'm not even from here. For those of you, okay, subs you love. Now this is a meatball, okay? I feel like this is ciabatta. So to make
ciabatta on a meatball?
No, she went to
That's a violation.
It is, but it is what it is. Here's a Wegmans sub. This is what I'm saying, sweetheart. You take it out just like this.
The heat is good in the oven at the moment.
Now, what you do is you put it in just like this torpedo right here, okay? You put this Wegmans sub in there, put it on 180. Leave it there.
It's already warm.
It is warm, but it will cool.
Right.
It will cool. It needs to be a steady 180, and you need to just leave it. Look at that little Wegmans baby, that torpedo. So you put them both in there. You good?
That's it.
Look at that. She's so hungry and so happy. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. The skinnier you are, the more you eat. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. A lot of people were asking us about Smash Ventura. Before we get to the stuff I want to talk about, I have to say I was just like Jocelyn kind of surprised me. I was surprised, Jeff, at the adoration for our friend Smash, and I was a little pissed off he couldn't come on video.
Yeah, look, I think that was by design for Smash Ventura.
Okay.
I think that he came up soft.
Okay.
I think that he knew he could have came on video because half of the shit he does is on video. Yeah, for the fact that he didn't come on video, he was a little intimidated. And that's fine. I understand that.
Jeff, we're in the midst of Jazz Festival, and it took me 45 minutes to go get a Wegmans sub. By the way, get a meatball, put it in the oven at 180 for 45 minutes. It's perfect. Jazz Fest is a tough time for us downtowners. It's a tough time.
Yeah, it actually kind of sucks.
It does.
But in a sense, it's actually kind of nice that you see people that are normal functioning people that come downtown. But my fear is for the people that make their way to Rochester and come downtown.
Yeah.
Just be very careful.
Yeah.
And just be very aware of your surroundings as you make your way.
There was a wedding. We did a quick live video. There was a little bit of danger. This poor woman that was running the church across the street, she's there by herself. You know, she's got that. She's got Jazz Fest. There's people on the corner. You know, nothing like the Elk Place. Right? And I got to tell you, though, I love when we do, because I think we went to Jazz Fest last year. What's the one where the guy was riding that little circular thing?
That was Fringe. That was Fringe. That was Fringe.
When is Fringe?
Fringe is at the end of the summer.
So Fringe is at the end of the summer. So the Jazz Fest is kind of... Okay, because there's a lot of old people.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean this to be disrespectful, but we were driving to Wegmans, and this old lady in a Subaru, a white Subaru...
Oh, we know what that means.
Oh, we know it.
That's clamtastic.
That's clamtastic. She was in a white Subaru, Jeff. She made a left-hand turn into an oncoming traffic.
It's a rosé.
Is it?
It's a rosé.
It's a rosé.
That's what's happening, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, are you saying that the video is lost, the sound is lost?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. So we were talking about clamtastic, Rosie, and Subarus. What happened is there's a lot of olds downtown, Jeff, and I don't know if that's the most attractive thing for prospective businesses and business owners.
Look, here's the thing.
We've rallied against the olds for a long time.
No, the olds rallied against us.
That's true.
And at the end of the day, if they would have just listened, everybody listened.
Yep.
Because I think anybody that's not a dummy could take a look at the ratings.
Yeah.
But you know, look, we wanted to be one with the olds.
We did.
We didn't want to fight with them. We just wanted them to understand where we were coming from on the show.
We just couldn't talk about the Grateful Dead, Mr. Ed, the Beatles, and Viet friggin' Nam. It just, you know, it was 60 years ago. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be the bearer.
Okay, I feel like I'm the bearer.
The ratings are the bearer, and you don't have to be that. But you know, it's sometimes when you try to explain things to people and get them to understand it, you know, the hardest thing is just to get people to look forward and look ahead and stop to look back, because I think Rochester has an issue.
Yeah.
And Rochester's issue is that they want to live in the past.
They do. They love the past, Rochester. You love the past, Rochester.
So they want to talk about all the old stories of times past.
The war memorial of yesteryear.
And by the way, we live downtown. Kodak couldn't even get 3 of their letters. The lights were out last night.
Right.
So it just said it said KO.
So
which is knockout.
Like the city.
Right. So at the end of the day, the point is that sometimes you have to just, you know, see the forest for the trees, and if you don't move ahead and get a part with it, then everybody will begin to revolt against you, and you know, there's guys that are my age, and this is no lie. In about a week and a half, I'll be 42.
Yes, you will.
Not 72.
Yep.
42.
Now, I can say this. This is nothing that I don't think anyone knows. The average listener to the radio station is 62. Our average listener was like 43.
Right.
So there was a dichotomy where, you know, we had a few olds, and they loved us. And the olds, they refused to write us down for a little bit, then they wrote us down. And we're not here to hate on the olds. It's just, you know, when we see Jazz Fest and I see the olds thinking about Miles Davis and I see them talking about, you know, Coltrane, I feel like saying it was 80 years ago.
Here's the deal. Bonnie Raitt is a nice woman.
Bonnie Raitt's great.
And I'm sure
she's nice. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she went through menopause 30 years
ago. Bonnie Raitt, right. During the Reagan administration, okay?
So it just is what it is. And it's just about moving on and getting ready for the next generation. That might insult people. They might get angry about that. Don't care, because we didn't while we were on the radio doing it, and we just tried to tell the truth. And I think the numbers are beginning to reflect what we were trying to express.
I think it's resonated though, Jeff. I think what we did resonated. I think that it's not that we were hating on the olds. I think it's just that what you're saying was let's make the olds in the news.
Well, I wanted the olds.
Let's kiss and make hugs.
I wanted the olds to come in and be involved, right? I wanted them to understand what was happening. Like, we don't have to sit and talk about the traffic and the weather. Right? So we can
Viet frickin' nah.
Right. I don't know about the Viet Cong. So I would like to have everybody come in and have a conversation.
If you were alive to see a Viet Cong face to face, the youngest you could possibly be is 70. If you were alive to witness a Viet Cong, the youngest that you can be is 70.
And that's a problem.
And that's it is what it is.
Right. But because by the time that our show came on, it was nap time for a lot of people.
It was a lot of nap time.
Right.
And we woke them up. I think when we first got here, because we've had a lot of time to reflect, and by the way, if you like what we're doing, listen, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, or I put up a link there because, it's getting near crunch time, and we want to keep giving you this content. But when we got here, we interrupted nap time. Then nap time became a time, Jeff, where, God, it was sexual. It was fun. You didn't know it was coming. It was titillating. You were titillating.
It was
titillating.
Well, there were situations where, like, I'll never forget the woman that called and she said, my whole floor at the hospital hates you guys.
I'll never forget that.
And then I said, hates us for what?
Hates.
For what?
Hates, and to the point
like
where we were getting threats.
It's not like we went on the radio and spewed hate speech.
I know. You would think we were those racist people.
We went on the radio and we were talking about Reginald Val Johnson.
And Rosetta Lenore getting hit from the back.
So what do you So what do you hate?
Right.
You hate because you're older.
Right.
You don't like change.
Right.
And that's the problem with Rochester, and that's what's going to be its death knell at the end of the day, because when you dislike us and you hate us, your shows become syndicated.
Yep.
You hear nothing but rock tunes on the radio, right?
Yep.
So
on the counter.
So instead of just giving love to people that care about it and want to care about your city, now, since you turned your back on us, now you have syndicated shows, and you have Nirvana.
And listen, I love Nirvana. I'm all about it. You can open the doors. That's fine. It's all about Nirvana.
But that's what it is.
I'm good with that. It's just...
But because you wanted to fight us...
Right. And the proverbial you.
As listeners.
Yeah.
Now, what wound up happening was, instead of just going, man, you know what, these guys really care about the city. They're trying really hard. They love Rochester. Doing a lot of stuff. You didn't. And now what do you get? Now you get Soundgarden, you get Nirvana, you get Live, you get rock tunes, and you get, old past radio hosts who, weren't good at their job to begin with. So.
Well, and listen, I think what's interesting is as we discuss and as time ellipses, we do the best that we can to try to provide quality entertainment. And, like the JNN, I thought that was a great compromise. I thought it was spicy. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was spicy. I thought you got your news, you got your views, you got your laughs, you got your titillation. I felt like it was a good compromise. We did some great interviews, Jeff. You found a lot of people. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I get mollywopped.
Yeah. So,
a penis smacks my face.
Well, I don't know how that happened, but, wherever that was, that must have been a good night for you. But look, dude, at the end of the day, like I said, there was a little bit of a revolt, but now all the people that have revolted are now, you lay in.
Yep.
The bed that you've created, and this is what it is.
Well, and I'll say this. I mean, let me ask you, the JNN, do you remember how that came up? Do you remember how the JNN came to be?
I don't, and if I had to think it through, I would think it was probably something where they told us that we need to talk about more live and local stuff, and then I probably said, hey, let's just
throw in the JNN.
Right, and we'll make it something fun and funny and engaging, and We won't just make it as a joke, but we'll make it something kind of cool, and then we'll negotiate it into something pretty decent.
And it was fun. And what I did was I said, if we're going to do that, because I do think it's important to be live and local. I think that's the foundation of a great radio show. Don't get me wrong. But I also think being a jackass is also pretty funny. I'll give you an example. Titties. All right, the tidbits. I love talking titties. Tiddys. I thought you get your news, you get your sports, then you get some titties. Then we have a discussion about meatloaf. We have a discussion about flaccidity. We have a discussion about Reginald Bell Johnson.
Right. Well, the titties were something that were just funny, and I think that sometimes we can overthink how good we are at this job, right? And I think a lot of other people do that. So we really overthink things. And instead of just finding just a little bit of humor and a little bit of fun in life, we try to play.
Yep.
We try to play radio a little too much and not just play to the audience itself. And I think that was something that your personality, and that's how that kind of came out. It was stupid. Everybody got it.
Right.
We understood that you going on and doing it right. But the bosses above, they cringed at it.
Yeah.
And they just didn't get the vision.
Was there anyone who thought that we were? And what's up, Paul? What's going on? Tell me. I mean, and again, when we did weather roulette, and speaking of phone roulette and all that stuff, I'm so sorry I haven't even put it out there. I'll comment on it right now. We're taking your calls at 585-209-9108. That's 585. Hold on. 209. All right. 9108. Bam-a-lam, give us a call. I would love to talk, because I know you said Isaiah wanted to call. I know that you said, and I'm waiting for C, I thought you were going to give the listeners behind the scenes. Now, David Robinson, this is one of those, I think is this Motorcycle Man? Hold on, let me see.
What does he want?
I thought you were going to give listeners behind the scenes.
What's
of the
behind
radio
the scenes? We got the budget.
We've been talking about
there were budgets. We got fired.
Well,
that's it.
I think what this person wants is a little bit of, and let me just look here how many friends they followed by one person, 234 friends, profile here. Hold on.
Let's see.
And again,
a bunch of people in wheelchairs. Okay.
But here's the thing. I'm more than happy to talk about us. And I'm more than happy, and we were talking about it before you interrupted, is that we were talking about the olds versus and we were talking about the problem with Rochester. And it is what it is. Well, if you're set in your ways, and you don't open up to something new, then guess what? You're in for a world of hurt.
Well, Rochester is setting itself up for its own disaster radio-wise. So
agreed. Well, guess what? Somebody from Gary, Indiana. Who could this be? Hello?
Well, hi, this is James Lee Croft.
This is not James Lee Croft. Who is this?
This is, it's James. James, Evansville.
Oh, you called from you called from Gary, Indiana. That's where Michael Jackson's from, man.
Well.
Yeah.
You found me out.
What's going on in Gary, Indiana? What are you doing? You having some sleepovers with some little boys there in Gary, Indiana, or what's the game?
No, I'm at the pool in Kansas.
Oh,
so that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Really?
I mean, that has got to be a dream come true for any American.
Do you wear a banana hammock?
No, but I wear the short shorts.
Okay.
I got to show up. I show up to hot dogs.
Do you? I mean, are you proud of what I guess God gave you? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm shirts off.
I can't do shirts off.
Well, this is our friend Tyler. He works for Cumulus Media.
He's a midday princess.
He is a midday. I call him the midday diva.
Yeah.
Mike, and Doug Hammond might watch this. What do you think his problem is, and why
he won't
respond to us since you work for the company?
This is James Lee Croft.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I love Doug. Doug's my guy. I love Doug.
All right, good.
I got none but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. The next time you talk to Doug, how about you let Doug know we said hello, and we're looking for a little bit of work. So at any point that if you would like to just maybe offer us a gig, we'd love to really work for your company.
We would. We'd love to work with you. What's going on in Kansas City? Do you think, could we do hip hop, jazz? I mean, there's a jazz fest going on in town right now. We could even do jazz.
No shot.
No?
Okay.
But, I mean, hey, Kansas, it's, well, maybe you can light the city on fire. I don't know.
That's
it. Well, we don't want to go that far, but you know what? Maybe we'll all just go down and we'll see Doug in Clearwater. I know he likes to be on his boat a lot, and
we'll just tell him it's time to hire Daddy
and zip around. And I know that you're one of his made men in Cumulus, so possibly we could honestly maybe be on your level, but I guess patrons of the show.
I mean, I know some people. I've been within the company, great company, 8 years. So I love where I work.
Yeah, listen, this is Caribbean. This is you were there. I mean, a lot of people listening don't know that. That's a big big station.
I've been out of work for a couple of months. You know some people because you could really help me out here.
We're trying here. Man. It's the Rizzo and Jeff show. It's just, we're digital influencers of the year. It's just, I guess, is it that they don't understand Dong Chat? Is it the Reginald Vell Johnson stuff? What is it?
Well, no, personally, I think you need to have more daddies on the radio, giving out football picks. That was a favorite of mine.
It was a favorite of everyone.
So more homeless.
More homeless drunks. Okay, all right. So that's good.
Yeah, but maybe you should, why stick to football season? Why not do baseball picks, NBA picks, hockey picks?
Well, we were gonna have him fill out a bracket. He disappeared for 2 weeks. I think he went on a little bit of a crack bender, and then right when we found him, we got let go because we cost too much money.
But I tell you, I hear there's this really cool guy. His name is Jagger, and I hear he's pretty hooked up within the Cumulus community. Do you think that maybe he could lend an assist or?
Well, yeah. I mean, Jagger, New York legend. Z100, and
yeah. What happened there? What happened there? Couldn't get the bat off your shoulder?
Oh no,
okay.
He's swinging away.
Well, listen,
we
have and you're doing a great job. We're real quick. Somebody asked any Jackson Mahomes news, Mr. KC Big Shot.
I can give you that news. Well, he actually won a little bit in courts where he has had the documents sealed from recent filing, so that's not going to be known to the public. So who knows what's behind?
Well, is it because gay men kissing women isn't a problem?
Well, that actually happened right down the street from me in Overland Park, and I've never met the individual.
Okay,
but I mean, the video doesn't do him any justice, so I don't know. I'm no lawyer, Johnny Cochran.
Did you ever party?
You're the voice
did you ever party with gay men? Mike, or?
In Tampa, I've had a honey pot, G-bar. Where else?
Okay.
I'll tell you what, man. You are the eyes and ears and the heartbeat of Kansas City. Once we get a job, I promise to bring as many homeless drunks on our show as you deem fit, okay?
Hey, as long as you let me in, we'll be friends for life.
Well,
don't big time me when you get this big job, okay?
You know that you are always in in my world, man. So I love you. Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Take it. Thanks for the call, Mike. Yeah, records are sealed. Yes, you do see Baby Bop from Barney. This was a gift that was given to us by Joanne, one of our,
waiting on a call from Jimmy Croft. He's somebody that I would love to hear from today.
Well, 585-209-9108. That's 585-209-9108. Jeff and I just kind of talking some shit. We were talking about the state of radio in Rochester as it relates to old people versus young. It sucks. The Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
We were talking about all kinds of crazy nannergans.
Yeah. I mean, I got a little look at the ratings the other day, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean,
they were,
and this is not to bash anybody or anything, but it was just there was a seismic shift and a change in the ratings. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and listen, maybe Daddy, maybe Chi, maybe our silliness, maybe it added a little something. So Jimmy Croft and Mike.
By the way, you know who is winning in the ratings?
Who?
Lonsberry.
Bobby Lons? Well, that's because he's got the biggest dick in town.
He is a friggin' legend, Bob Lonsberry. And if I could get him on the show, I would do it friggin' tomorrow, Lonsberry. What a home run Lonsberry is. By the way, I stalk him on Twitter, and he lives on Twitter, Rich. I mean, he's great at it.
Do you know, on my way to, and yes, our scheduled guest is still, our scheduled guest is still supposed to come on. We are going to, get him on in a minute. But, Lonsberry, we saw in the hood when we were driving to Greece. Where were we going? I think I was going,
Why was he in the hood?
He's always in the friggin' hood, bro. Where was he going? Where were we going?
Jesus Christ. Where was Lonsberry? He's in the hood?
Oh, I was going to get chicken fries, and he was in the hood on St. Joseph Street.
A lot of sodium in those chicken fries, kid.
He was on St. Paul.
St. Paul, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
At the 490 interchange. Boob Dingleberry. Listen, we don't get political. We just think Bob's crazy because he goes out and does the shit that we used to do. And maybe that's why Bob has...
Get over it, Epps.
I'd love to talk to you guys. I'll tell you what, Isaiah... because we have Mancoos coming on.
Yeah, where is friggin' Mancoos?
585, give this number a call, 585-209-9108. Isaiah, you could call them. We have our special guest, and we'll kind of wrap it up. But what a fun time we're having talking about jazz, Rochester, old people, Smash Ventura, partying back in the day with Jeff. We had a Kansas City, and by the way, we found out right here that the Jackson Mahomes records are sealed. So say what you want. Yeah.
Well, and I want to thank Jocelyn for not telling too much.
Wow.
There were some moments. There actually is a mugshot of me out there.
There is.
So there were really some moments out there that in Tampa that really it came undone. It started to get a little loose. It was time for me to leave after about 8 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, 585-209-9108. I'll respond to Isaiah here because Isaiah, explain him to let's close that. Hold on, let's try that again.
Silly goose situation.
Real silly. Explain who Isaiah is to the people.
Isaiah was just a fan of the show. That was it. He was a big fan of the show.
Yeah,
and
he
then became a good friend. And he just joined into the program, and nothing more to it. But he spent
didn't
some
he
nights.
get real svelte? Like he was a bigger guy, and then didn't he pull a peen, get real built, get real sexy?
Yeah,
didn't he
Well, I think he found a little bit of Jesus.
Found some Jesus.
Yeah,
I do want to ask because didn't he go to church with that girl I dated for one day who was a sociopath and said you touched her?
Was
something?
that no? That wasn't touch her. Didn't she say I pulled my penis out in front of her?
That's what it was. That's where the pulling peen came from because you allegedly pulled your penis out.
Which I would never do.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
That you allegedly pulled your penis out at a hayride. That's what it was.
There's nothing to see.
That's what
Why would
it was.
I take it out?
You know what, Isaiah? I'm going to comment. And again, 585-209-9108.
What a bizarre scenario that was.
Or you could request to join the video.
Total lie.
But you know what? That was just Jimmy, she blocked me. Do you see? Hold on. Let me reply to this.
Okay.
Let me reply. Oh, my God. Let me reply to this comment here. Oh, my God. I can't reply.
By the way, looking at this video on the back end,
here we go.
That shirt looks tight.
Oh, boy. Is this let's see what we got to do. Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, who is this? Isaiah?
It's Mike.
Mike.
Wow. Hey, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Much. I got a question for you guys. It's kind of like a health-related, also whether it's socially acceptable. You guys are big fans of the Wheeze. We know that, right? He's a legend.
Yeah.
Wheeze used to talk about when he used to go to the sauna and the gym, for the spritz and all that. Mm-hmm. He'd go in the shower and he would urinate on his toes, claiming that it helped stave off athlete's foot.
Okay.
Number one, do you believe in it? Or two, is it acceptable?
Well,
that's a good question.
Well, first things first, two-part question. Number one, I think
appreciate the call, my friend.
Mike,
that was
thank
great.
you.
All right, Mike, appreciate that.
First things first, I think he's not telling the truth.
I think Weeze pissed on himself. I've heard that.
Stop. First things first, and sometimes there's a part of you gotta play up the story to sell it to the crowd.
Right.
he didn't go into the gym and urinate on his feet all the time.
I will
Come
say...
on, that's bullshit.
Wait, no, let me tell you about bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Third grade, Mrs. Bailey said to me, if
I
you
don't
ever
care.
get bit by a jellyfish,
No.
whip out your penis
so he's
and
going
pee
to,
on it.
So he's
I'm
going to
telling
the
you.
goddamn Jewish center and leaking on his feet all the time? No, it's a lie.
Weeze peed into a bottle live.
Bullshit. I don't care where you urinated. It's not the truth. He didn't
You
go and
don't-
do that all the time.
Okay,
He could spray his feet with something. Why didn't he piss on his own feet?
I'll tell you. If you know what, I'm gonna tag. He might.
He
might
can
be
join the
asleep.
show if he would like.
I'll
I'll call him out on it. I love Weeze.
Me too. Hold on.
Yeah, you can go get Alan and you can bring him on.
I'm gonna bring Alan on
because I don't believe that's the case. I don't think
on.
that he did that all the time.
I'm gonna tag him. He might.
No, he doesn't have to make up a lot of stories and things of that nature.
Brother Weeze has so much life experience.
I think that he has. But I think he can embellish. I think he embellishes sometimes.
Weeze claims he did it in the shower all the time, something about pH levels. I do have Brother Weeze's phone number. I would be afraid... Okay. I'm going to go through the text messages, and I am going to... You're going
to call him live right now?
No, I'm going to text.
Mr. Levin, you're going to call him
I'm going to text Brother Weeze, and I'm going to say, Weeze...
We're live right now.
We're on
our live. Would you like to join?
We're on our
You know
live.
what? I'll tell you what. Don't do that. I want you to save it. I want you to save it.
And then have Weeze.
And then I want Weeze to come on.
Okay.
This week, and then we'll do something with it. And maybe I'll wear a shirt that doesn't show my tits.
So what you're saying is you want to save the because
I would love to have Brother
would
Weeze
come on.
Now, will he come on? That's up to him.
Well, and the second part of that question was, do I think it's sanitary? I was taught by my teacher that if you take a piss,
I get it. But I don't think that he just urinated all the time on his feet for all that kind of stuff.
Charles Mancuso is now in the building. Chuck. The phone number is 585-209-9108.
Can't wait to have you on, Chucky Mancoos.
Chucky Mancoos. We
got a couple things to chat about.
We're gonna start off. We want to ask you about posts. Just want to see what's going on. We're also going to talk about getting Brother Weeze on and if he likes to piss. Ask Weeze about how when he lived in Philly he was so broke.
I know.
Well, listen, we know his daughter still lives in Philadelphia.
We know the Philly story, sure.
Well, his daughter still lives in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm there all the time.
Yeah, I mean, start with a tune. Again, if he calls, 585-209-9108. We've had a lot of calls today, including from some listeners. And I will say this. I believe that pissing is actually one of the more sterile things you could do. If I was stranded on a desert island, I would want urine. It's from me. I know it's sterile. I think it's good. I believe Weeze did
Why are you on a deserted island?
Castaway, Tom Hanks, Castaway, shit like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? How about you stay right here? Because if not, you'll be in a fucking submarine. Yeah. You don't know what happened.
Yo, $250,000. I still can't believe that shit happened. All right, now I'm a little upset.
That's what's called, sometimes privilege comes back at you a little bit.
You know what? And they were so adamant about how safe it was and all that kind of shit. And I'm telling you,
they didn't feel a thing. So you don't have to worry
okay, let me ask you something. Because it didn't explode, it imploded, right? So it literally sucked them in and just crushed their bones.
They didn't feel a thing. Yeah, they were so underneath that they probably didn't feel too much of anything.
That number one more time, Chuck Mancuso. 585-209-9108. And that's for anyone.
Yeah, that wants to join the show.
585-209-9108. While I wait for you, hey, baby hands, how's the meatballs? Are we good? Good? Yeah?
Well, I didn't turn the oven on because Jeff had it off.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. We just wanted to check on the balls. That's it. That's it.
Balls still hot?
Balls are still hot. We got Waggies.
You can pull that out, sweetheart, by the way, and if you just want to cover it in a little tin foil.
Oh.
And then right back with the meatballs in there, you're good.
Calling me out on my smoking. What the hell is he saying? First off, I've quit.
What are you saying? You cheating?
I don't know. Cheating? I don't know. I don't know. Now listen. Hello?
Hey, Rizzo and Jeff, how you doing?
How you doing, Chuck?
Listen, you beautiful son of a bitch. How are you?
Hey, man, not too bad. I love seeing you guys. You guys looking great.
Thank you. We're very poor. We're trying to make do on Clinton Ave, but you know what? We're still trying to have fun and do a good show, Chuck.
Well, listen, I got some information for some elderly people that are having trouble taking a good pee, you know?
Okay, sure. Okay. What do you got?
Yeah,
you got
for
some
people struggling with urination.
Sure.
Thank you, Chuck. Help us out.
Help us out.
Listen, I'm serious about this. This is no joke.
Right.
But I'm telling you, a prostate massage will loosen up the prostate, make it so you can pee normal.
Yeah.
So how does when you say prostate massage, do you mean self? Do you mean finger up full massage, or do you mean professional prostate massage?
That's the best way. Just make sure you trim the fingernails.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you lube the finger up at all?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Just like a doctor.
Is it spit? How do you lube it up?
Well, you got to use some kind of lubricant, either KY or Vaseline or something like that. You know.
Well, if you're on a deserted island, how are you giving yourself a prostate?
Yeah.
Listen, the problem is trying to find somebody that will do it medically, so your insurance pays for it.
Mm.
Do you think a doctor does that? I mean, is that par for the course for a medical provider?
Well, you know, it's more of a homeopathic cure. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they don't go that route. They'd rather give you drugs and stuff. But I tell you, man, it works.
Yeah.
So how often would you suggest it? For those of you just tuning in, we're talking to a listener who called all the time, the Rizzo and Jeff show, Chuck Mancuso, talking about prostate, examinations. How often would you suggest checking the prostate? How often, do you think it's necessary?
Well, I would say in the beginning stages, once a week.
Okay.
And then you could bump it down. Then you could bump it down to once a month.
Mm-hmm.
So once a week for what? 2 months, something like that, and then after that you can bump it down once you. Okay.
Just as long as there's no rainbow flags involved, right? Then everything will be okay, right?
No rain. Listen, when you start talking about rainbow, man, it's disgusting. What's going on? I can't stand that.
No. Why? Why does that? And I wanted to bring this up to you, Chuck, because I heard that. So why? So
everyone thought we were gay.
Yeah. So just looking at your your Facebook and stuff, and personally, you've made some comments on there, and I want to bring this up to you honestly. Is that an issue for you? You don't like that a little bit, or expand on it? I would like to have this conversation with you.
It's just something about 2 men, but 2 women are okay.
Okay. So that's okay.
Right. So like Biggie Smalls says in the 10 Crack Commandments, women okay, 2 men not okay. Well, rainbow includes. Listen, we talked about with lesbians and Subarus. Were you okay with our Subaru lesbians?
I didn't hear that. I just got on the air. I was entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, were you? Because Nate said, yes, Chuck checks his prostate once a week. Is that still going on, or are you more of a monthly guy?
Oh, more of a monthly guy now.
More of a monthly guy.
Good.
Now.
Well, Chuck, look, I hope that you're doing well. I hope your prostate is wide, it's open, it's rocking and rolling, and I hope you're doing okay. And Yeah.
I have no problem now, man.
Well. I get you, and it was an honor for you to come on here and to just regale us with your stories. Do you want to end on a tune here? You got a tune?
Yeah, you got to give us something. You know what? I want you to sing a tune. Do me a favor, sing just a nice tune for 2 dudes that are in love with each other. Yeah. What would you sing to them? Give me something.
Yes.
Hey, whatever you do is keep it in your business.
No, it's not about the business.
No,
we want you.
What opera song would you sing?
What opera song would you sing for two dudes that are in love? Say they're getting married and they paid you $1 million to sing at their wedding. What would you sing?
Yeah, right. That's a good one. I like that.
There you go. Give it to us.
Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
Wow. Oh, he's doing the bluebird. Sorry,
all
guys.
that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Wow.
Oh man, that was good. I like that.
Wow, you are so gay. Thank you for that.
We love you, man.
We appreciate
it. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Whatever is right.
It's really good. So, well, Chuck was singing. Listen, he's two chicks are okay, two dudes are not.
Yeah,
half of Rochester, thought I was gay.
Yeah.
Thought we were gay lovers for the longest time.
I know.
And that breaks my heart.
I know.
About Chuck. It breaks my heart because I love Chuck.
Here's the reality of the conversation: is that we found out through just reading some of his Facebook posts, and it was really disheartening to see it, and some of the stuff that he said, and kind of things about now. He's entitled to his own beliefs.
Oh, totally,
for sure.
Totally.
And everybody's entitled to their own beliefs. I'm a big believer of that. So it was just a little shocking for us because when he would call
we talked
the
about
show, I didn't
pulling
believe
pain.
it. Right.
He sung opera.
Right.
He was rubbing feet.
Right.
Right.
And we are a safe.
We are
our
a
show is a
positive show.
We're a safe space when you join our show. Everybody's involved, no matter your creed, religion,
race,
belief, sex, whatever it is. We want everybody in on our show 110%. So that was a little shocking, honestly, Chuck. If you're kind of listening probably right now to see some of the the comments stuff on Facebook, but
hey.
But you've been a big fan of the show. We understand that.
We
it was just shocking. And this is unfiltered. This is what it is. This is the show.
I will say, and then I'll have Baby Hand stop the video, and we'll finish this discussion on the other side. And you can either, check out, subscribe to the Patreon, or you could, you follow one of the links in the post. But, it was amazing how much hate we got when we first got here.
Yeah,
and it was,
what were we called? Pee-pee smoochers,
we were,
all kinds of stuff. And all that
awful
was fine.
stuff, whatever. Stuff I won't even say. And just, gross things. And it was crazy because I thought that we kind of came around with people. But then when you read some stuff and you see some stuff, and everyone's allowed to have their thing, but it was like that. When someone,
I think there's I'm a believer that there is a level in your belief and how you grow up, and that's fine.
From
your
generation and shit. I agree.
And I get it. And then there is a different level that you take when you're ignorant and when you're rude. So they're two different things. But I believe everybody could coexist.
Yeah, I agree with that. So as far as the FM Unfiltered to David, who said this was about the radio, guess what? All the shit that we dealt with, all the bullshit that people like you and everyone else would send us, pee-pee smoochers this and losers that.
Might even been worse than that. People wanted to kill us.
Somebody said, and I'll never forget this, as long as I live, they were like, I will do whatever it takes for the term of your natural life. Okay? For the term of your natural life to get you. Whatever get you meant. And I've brought that up on the air before.
Yeah. But
I never, ever thought about it. I was pissed when they took my buddy Earl off, but you guys won me over within 2 months. Sure, I appreciate that. Isaiah.
And Earl did a good job. Earl worked hard.
He was a comedian. He was not somebody who was, you can't lead a show if that's not what your skill is, right? Well, that's our skill. If you're a comedian, you're a comedian. Right. There's nothing against that, man.
Earl David Reed does something that me and you could never get up there and do on the face of ever.
A lot of talent.
110%.
Yep.
Funny guy. Me and you couldn't get on stage and tell a joke like he tells them and hold a crowd on our best day. There's no way. So everybody's different, and they're built differently for sure.
So I was stunned, and let's see, I have no. You could text me. I don't know what that.
Isaiah wants to know if you're taking any more
That's up to Jeff because we do have to get to the Patreon side of this, although it seems like a lot of people seem to be, let's see, it took Jeff playing the tape of me singing in the shower in a nice apartment, and I get him now sketty wrestling. So everyone had a thing.
Right,
For Baby Hands, it was orgies. It was,
Right.
But it doesn't mean, like, again,
And the honest truth, half of it I don't remember.
It's fucking entertainment.
I don't fucking remember half of it.
It was
Yeah,
Lyle.
yeah.
Lyle
Okay.
was a big thing for us when we
Okay.
made the Lyle cologne. But see, that's a way when people said, you're not local. Yeah, you can't get more local than Lyle cologne. But you don't look at it that way. You think about it. Now I'll leave it up to Jeff. Are we taking Isaiah's call, or are we going to just go to the Patreon side? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's head to the Patreon side.